Stop, be still, and listen closely, chosen one. In this bustling world, it is rare to encounter a moment of profound quietude, a space where the universe itself seems to pause. This instant, this very encounter with these words is not a product of blind chance or a mere happenstance. You have not simply stumbled upon this message by luck, coincidence, or the random currents of fate. Instead, recognize it as a deliberate, purposeful convergence, meticulously orchestrated to find you at this precise point in your journey. Indeed, what you are experiencing is far more significant than a fleeting thought or an ordinary insight. It is a divine signal, a sacred intervention. This is a holy interruption, not from the clamor of the earthly realm, but sent directly from the highest heavens. It pierces through the noise of daily life and the shadows of doubt, crafted with divine precision to locate you, to speak directly to the very core of your being. This signal arrives with an unmistakable clarity, a celestial beacon guiding you towards an understanding previously veiled. For this profound unveiling, God Himself has cleared the path, parting the invisible veil that often obscures the spiritual realm from our sight. This divine act of making way is not without purpose. It is for this very second, this singular moment, because He holds a word specifically for you. It is a message so intricately woven, so deeply personal, that only your unique spirit, finely tuned and divinely appointed, is capable of truly hearing and comprehending its sacred resonance. Open your heart, for this is a whisper meant solely for your soul's ears. Understand that your presence here receiving this profound message is not merely individual, but also deeply communal and historical. You are here because the fervent prayers of your ancestors, generations of hope and yearning, have finally ascended and reached the very throne of grace. Their tireless pleas, their unspoken dreams for liberation and destiny have echoed through time, converging upon this moment. And now, in a miraculous fulfillment of their deepest desires, you stand revealed as the very answer, the living embodiment of the blessings they have been tirelessly pleading for. Therefore, grasp the magnitude of your identity. You are not merely a survivor navigating the complexities of your bloodline's journey. You are the chosen vessel, carefully selected and divinely prepared for a purpose far grander than you can yet conceive. This is not a moment for hesitation or turning away from the light. Heaven is speaking now with an urgency that resonates through every fiber of your being, calling you to embrace your true calling. Do not delay, do not doubt, for the sacred tapestry of your destiny long awaited and divinely ordained begins in this very breath, in this eternal now. Pause for a moment and feel the immense gravitas of this truth. The words you are about to encounter are not merely ink on a page or fleeting sounds in the air. This message is steeped in the essence of thousands of years, a profound inheritance distilled from the boundless sacrifices and unwavering resilience of every generation that preceded you. It is a sacred current flowing from the sweat tears and triumphs of those who gave everything consciously or unconsciously so that you might stand precisely in this pivotal moment, brimming with the potential to forge a destiny they could only dream of. Perhaps you have felt it recently, a subtle, insistent hum beneath the surface of your daily life. A profound restlessness that whispers of something more, a nagging sense that you no longer quite fit into your current circumstances. This sensation, far from being a sign of alienation or discontent, is in fact the vibrant, undeniable call of your own bloodline awakening within you. It is the echo of ancient wisdom, a deep-seated knowing stirring in your soul, urging you to remember the extraordinary purpose embedded in your very being, a purpose woven into the fabric of your ancestral tapestry, now ready to unfold. It is with a heart full of hope and an understanding of profound legacy that your ancestors now speak to you through the veil of time, desiring for you to grasp a monumental truth. You are not just another link in a chain, but a singular, powerful inflection point. They want you to know with absolute certainty that you are the breaking point for every lingering curse, every generational limitation, and every cycle of struggle that may have shadowed your lineage. Simultaneously, you are ordained as the starting point for an entirely new era, an epoch of unprecedented prosperity, holistic well-being, and profound spiritual triumph for all who will follow in your illuminated path. This powerful declaration from your ancestors is not a mere wish. It is a divinely guaranteed promise, deeply rooted in the eternal fabric of spiritual law. Consider the reassuring words found in Isaiah chapter 65, verse 24, which affirms that, "Before they call, I will answer, and while they are still speaking, I will hear." This ancient scripture unveils a profound truth long before you uttered your first prayer or voiced your deepest desire. Heaven had already perceived your needs and dispatched the precise solutions. This meticulous preparation for your journey, for your destiny as a breaker and a builder, was established in the cosmic blueprint even before the moment of your birth, ensuring that you are fully equipped for the sacred task ahead. Expanding beyond the conventional understanding of inheritance, it's time to embrace a new perspective on spiritual genetics. You are undoubtedly aware that you inherit physical traits, the hue of your eyes, the curl of your hair, or perhaps a distinctive way of walking from your forebears. But the inheritance you carry extends far deeper into the very essence of your spirit. You are the sacred vessel of unfinished dreams, the repository of unwavering courage, and the embodiment of the resilient strength that defined your grandparents and generations beyond. This profound spiritual legacy is not dormant. It is pulsating within you, patiently awaiting its activation. The time has come to consciously awaken and unleash the dominant gene of faith, allowing its power to shape your reality and fulfill the highest calling of your ancestral line. If you genuinely feel ready to receive this profound ancestral legacy, a divine inheritance that promises to reshape not just your life, but the trajectory of your entire lineage, then it is imperative that you allow your mind to expand beyond its current confines. This is not a passive invitation, but a clarion call to activate a deeper level of consciousness, for we are about to embark on an extraordinary journey. We are poised to dive deep into unexplored zones of spiritual strategy, into realms of understanding and action that the unseen forces of opposition vehemently wish for you to remain ignorant of. These are the truths that unlock true freedom and power, and they are now being unveiled for you. Embrace this moment of readiness, for what lies ahead demands an open heart and an unconstrained mind prepared to navigate the intricate spiritual landscape. This expansion is essential because the challenges you face require more than mere physical effort. They demand a strategic, spiritual intelligence. By consciously choosing to open your mind, you are not just acquiring knowledge. You are attuning yourself to frequencies of divine wisdom that have been guiding your ancestors through countless trials. This readiness signifies a commitment to move beyond superficial understanding to truly grasp the profound interwoven layers of spiritual warfare and divine protection that shape your reality. This isn't just about learning. It's about remembering a wisdom encoded deep within your very being, a wisdom that the enemy has desperately tried to suppress throughout the generations, knowing that its awakening in you marks the beginning of their defeat. As you courageously step into these strategic zones, ready to embrace the fullness of your destiny, there is a cold truth that your spirit must face and accept as you begin to ascend to this new level of spiritual awareness and personal power. You will inevitably find that you no longer fit in with old circles, old relationships, and old environments. This isn't a sign of flaw or failure on your part, but a natural, often painful consequence of growth. This separation is not merely a side effect. It is a divinely orchestrated, necessary process to protect the precious seed of your destiny. Imagine a tender sapling newly sprouted that cannot thrive if it remains crowded by larger, older trees that block its light and deplete its nutrients. In the same way, your burgeoning potential, your new vision, and your elevated frequency require a sacred space to flourish, free from the often unconscious but powerful resistant skepticism or even envy of those who are not ready or willing to ascend with you. This isn't about judgment, but about vibrational alignment. As you elevate, the energetic dissonance with stagnant or negative environments becomes undeniable. This necessary pruning, while initially unsettling, serves to safeguard your nascent dreams, ensuring they receive the pure nourishment and unobstructed light needed to blossom into their full magnificent expression, unhindered by limiting beliefs or past patterns that no longer serve your highest path. Following this necessary separation, you may have experienced a profound sense of loneliness, a quiet solitude that feels isolating and disorienting. However, your ancestors want you to understand that this feeling, this period of seeming isolation, is not a punishment or a sign of being forgotten. It is actually a meticulously crafted quarantine zone, purposefully created by God to detoxify you from toxic mindsets, generational patterns of lack, and the accumulated energetic debris of your past environments. Just as a physical body needs time and space to heal from illness, your spirit requires a sacred period of withdrawal to purge itself of limiting beliefs, negative self-talk, and the subtle influences that have kept you tethered to a lower vibration. This isn't a void, but a crucial crucible where transformation takes place. In this spiritual quarantine, you are being refined, recalibrated, and reconnected to your authentic self, unburdened by external noise and expectations. This preparatory phase is essential before you are fully equipped and prepared to be led into your personal promised land. A metaphor for the next great chapter of fulfillment, abundance, and purpose that awaits you. Embrace this solitude not as abandonment, but as an intimate, divine preparation, a sacred space where the divine is actively working within you, preparing your inner landscape for the unparalleled blessings and responsibilities that lie ahead. As you emerge from this purifying quarantine zone, stronger and clearer your ancestors whose wisdom echoes through your very DNA issue, a vital warning against a subtle yet profoundly dangerous trap. This trap is not a blatant enemy easily identifiable and combated, but rather something far more insidious: distraction disguised as opportunity. These are seemingly good things, often glittering projects, appealing social invitations, or attractive new ventures that are strategically sent to steal your most precious resource, your time, diverting it from the truly best things, the divinely appointed tasks and relationships that align perfectly with your unique destiny. The cunning of this trap lies in its benign appearance. It doesn't look like an attack, but rather a blessing, making it incredibly difficult to discern and resist. You might find yourself drawn to initiatives that promise quick rewards or engage in activities that feel productive, but ultimately sidetrack you from your core purpose. This ancestral caution highlights the importance of discerning not just between good and evil, but between good and God's best for your life. Failure to recognize these mass distractions can lead to the slow erosion of your focus and energy, leaving you busy, but unfulfilled, having invested in the fleeting rather than the foundational elements of your grand design. Be vigilant, for the greatest threats often arrive wearing the most appealing masks, designed to divert you from the sacred path. In light of the subtle trap of distraction disguised as opportunity, you may indeed find yourself powerfully drawn to these glittering projects or magnetic new relationships, their allure almost irresistible on the surface. They might appear to offer security, excitement, or a sense of belonging, ticking many boxes that your logical mind deems beneficial. Yet deep down, beneath the surface, appeal a profound and ancient wisdom resides within you, your intuition. This is not merely a gut feeling. It is the collective voice of thousands of years of ancestral experience, survival, and divine connection patiently whispering for you to pause, to reconsider, to stop. This inner knowing, honed by generations who navigated perilous landscapes and unseen battles, serves as your most reliable internal compass. It might manifest as a subtle uneasiness, a persistent feeling of misaligned energy, a quiet alarm bell ringing even amidst external excitement, or an inexplicable reluctance despite all outward appearances suggesting positivity. Do not dismiss this profound inner nudge simply because it lacks a concrete logical explanation in the immediate moment. It is your spirit fortified by the cumulative wisdom of your lineage, signaling a misalignment, protecting you from paths that, though superficially attractive, would ultimately lead you away from your true, divinely ordained purpose. Trust this ancient whisper. It is your sacred inheritance, guiding you towards what is truly meant for you. This ancient whisper, this profound inner nudge you have been encouraged to trust, is precisely what we define as discernment. It is not some vague mystical sensation, but an internal alarm system exquisitely calibrated and installed within you by the divine itself, designed to guide and protect you through the complexities of your journey. Discernment functions as your spiritual GPS, providing crucial warnings and affirmations that often transcend the immediate grasp of your logical mind. To ignore this sacred internal mechanism simply because your intellect cannot yet dissect or rationalize its origin or specific message would be an act of profound self-sabotage, akin to silencing a smoke detector because you cannot visibly see the fire. This is not about dismissing logic entirely, but understanding that there are layers of truth and guidance that operate on frequencies beyond the purely cognitive. Your spirit, deeply attuned to the divine current and imbued with the collective wisdom of your ancestors, perceives threats and opportunities long before they manifest in the tangible realm. It processes nuances, subtle, energetic shifts, and vibrational cues that your analytical brain might initially dismiss as irrational or unfounded. Embrace this higher form of knowing. It is a gift from heaven, a protective shield and a precise map for the uncharted territories of your destiny. Trust that which you feel in your soul, even when your mind struggles to catch up, for it is guiding you toward alignment with your truest path. While discernment provides the internal compass, it must be paired with external wisdom. For naive innocence is not a virtue, but a vulnerability. Matthew chapter 10, verse 16 offers a timeless directive, urging us to be wise as serpents and harmless as doves. This profound advice is not a contradiction, but a harmonious balance, a spiritual strategy for navigating a world that, while holding immense promise, also harbors hidden pitfalls. To be wise as serpents implies a keen awareness, a strategic mindset that observes, anticipates, and understands the landscape and its potential dangers without necessarily engaging in them. It means possessing a sober understanding of human nature, recognizing the difference between genuine support and veiled manipulation, and protecting your sacred space and resources with intelligent caution. Conversely, to be harmless as doves speaks to the purity of your intentions, the compassion in your heart, and the integrity of your actions. It ensures that your wisdom is not corrupted by malice or self-serving agendas, but remains rooted in love and divine purpose. True faith is not blind optimism that ignores reality. It is a profound trust in God's protection coupled with a vigilant, discerning spirit that actively safeguards your destiny. Naive innocence, on the other hand, is a dangerous form of recklessness, leaving your legacy vulnerable to those who do not share your pure intentions. It is a failure to exercise the divine gift of wisdom, and in doing so, an irresponsible handling of the precious inheritance passed down through your lineage. As you cultivate this strategic wisdom and discernment, a critical self-awareness must also emerge, particularly concerning a tendency that often stems from a place of good intention but can prove detrimental to your ascent, the savior complex. You, with your compassionate heart and inherent drive to uplift, may feel a powerful urge to drag everyone up the mountain with you, believing that your journey is incomplete unless accompanied by all those you care for. However, the ancients, with their deep understanding of individual destiny and personal responsibility, remind us of a sobering truth. Not everyone shares your specific destiny, nor is everyone prepared or willing to undertake the arduous climb required for true transformation. Attempting to save those who do not genuinely desire change, or those whose paths diverge significantly from your own, can become a profound drain on your energy resources and emotional well-being. It is akin to trying to bail water from a sinking ship with a teaspoon while your own vessel is charting a course through turbulent waters. Your mission is singular, divinely appointed for you. While compassion and support are vital, recognizing where your responsibility ends and another's begins is paramount. Sometimes the most loving act is to allow others their own journey, trusting that divine guidance is available to them too, rather than sacrificing your own progress and potential by trying to carry burdens that are not yours to bear. Your destiny is too precious to be diluted by misplaced efforts to rescue those who are content to remain in the valley. This understanding of individual destiny naturally leads us to a psychological perspective that demands immediate attention: the guilt you often feel when setting boundaries. This pervasive sense of unease or remorse is not an authentic expression of your spirit, but rather a deeply ingrained program from the past, a code installed through societal conditioning, family dynamics, and perhaps even ancestral patterns of people-pleasing or self-sacrifice. It is a subtle form of emotional manipulation, often self-imposed, designed to keep you tethered to old roles and expectations that no longer serve your higher purpose. Today you are called to actively rewrite that code, to reframe your understanding of personal limits. Boundaries are not selfishness. They are sacred self-respect, essential for protecting your energy, your vision, and your divine appointment. They are the invisible walls that define your personal sovereignty, allowing you to give from a place of abundance rather than depletion. To establish clear, firm boundaries is an act of profound self-love, a recognition of your inherent worth, and a necessary declaration of your commitment to your sacred journey. It empowers you to honor your needs, safeguard your peace, and ensure that your spiritual and emotional garden is watered and protected, not trampled upon by the demands or expectations of others. Embrace this truth. Setting boundaries is not about pushing people away. It is about holding yourself sacred, honoring the divine blueprint unfolding within you, and creating the necessary space for your greatness to flourish unhindered. As you begin to honor your boundaries and rewrite the old programs of guilt, you will become increasingly sensitive to the energetic dynamics around you, revealing the presence of individuals who act as energy vampires. These are not malevolent forces attacking you with overt aggression or obvious negativity. Rather, their draining effect is far more insidious, operating through subtle, persistent channels that deplete your vital essence without you even realizing it until it's too late. They do not wield swords, but rather an endless stream of complaints, manufactured drama, perpetual victimhood, and an inability to take personal responsibility. These individuals often unconsciously feed on your empathy, your desire to help, and your inherent optimism, leaving you feeling exhausted, disheartened, and spiritually depleted. Their constant demand for your emotional labor, attention, and solutions to problems they often create slowly siphons your life force, leaving you with less to invest in your own dreams and aspirations. Recognizing these energy vampires is a crucial step in maintaining your sacred space and protecting your inner well-being. It's not about judging them, but about discerning their impact on your energy field and making conscious choices about the level of access you grant them to your life. Your energy is your most precious currency, and protecting it is fundamental to fulfilling your destiny and sustaining your ascent. As you become more attuned to the energetic currents around you, safeguarding your sacred space from energy vampires, a profound truth from ancient wisdom arises to fortify your spirit. Isaiah chapter 54 verse 17 stands as an unwavering anchor confirming that no weapon forged against you, whether a blatant attack or a subtle drain on your spirit, shall prosper if you stand firm in the unshakable foundation of your true identity. This is not merely a comforting promise, it is a divine decree, a powerful declaration of your inherent invincibility when rooted in who you truly are. It speaks to a protection far beyond physical safeguards, encompassing the intricate, often unseen battles waged against your mind, heart, and spirit, offering a sanctuary of unwavering strength. This ancient affirmation reminds you that the source of your resilience is internal, an unyielding core that no external force can penetrate if you choose to remain grounded in the truth of your being. This powerful scripture extends far beyond the realm of physical warfare. It speaks directly to the invisible battles of the soul, the insidious attacks of doubt, the corrosive whispers of fear, and the subtle manipulations that seek to derail your divine trajectory. When it declares that no weapon forged against you shall prosper, it encompasses every form of opposition, from the psychological warfare waged by toxic relationships to the emotional manipulation designed to erode your self-worth, to the invisible pressures of societal expectations that attempt to mold you into something less than your authentic self. The key, however, lies in the unwavering condition: if you stand firm in your true identity. Your identity is not defined by your past mistakes, your current circumstances, or the opinions of others. It is a divine blueprint etched into your very being, a legacy of ancestral strength, and a promise of destined greatness. When you are fully conscious of this sacred identity, when you choose to embody it fiercely and without apology, you activate an impenetrable shield. Your clarity becomes your defense, your self-worth, an unyielding armor, and your connection to the divine, a continuous source of strength. This stance doesn't prevent challenges from arising, but it guarantees that they will never ultimately succeed in destroying you, ensuring that every arrow shot your way falls harmlessly to the ground, unable to pierce the sacred truth of who you are called to be. Building upon this foundational understanding of divine protection and the power of your true identity, next critical step in your journey of ascent is to conduct a profound relationship audit. Just as a gardener meticulously tends to their precious plot, distinguishing between nurturing growth and invasive weeds, so too must you examine the intricate web of connections that define your life. This is a moment of honest, compassionate discernment, where you ask yourself, who in my life is genuinely watering the garden of my soul, encouraging its blooming and fostering its vibrant health, and who perhaps unconsciously is trampling on the delicate budding shoots of my nascent dreams and emerging self. This audit is not an act of judgment, but rather a profound act of self-love and responsible stewardship over your most precious resource, your energy, your vision, and your peace. This relationship audit is an essential, often challenging, but ultimately liberating exercise in conscious living and spiritual discernment. To water the garden of your soul means to identify those individuals who uplift your spirit, celebrate your victories, big or small, offer constructive encouragement, and understand the profound depth of your evolving vision. These are the rare souls who provide fertile ground for your dreams to take root, who reflect your highest self back to you, and whose presence leaves you feeling energized, inspired, and deeply understood. Conversely, trampling on the budding shoots refers to relationships that intentionally or not drain your vitality. Sow seeds of doubt, offer incessant criticism disguised as concern, or simply fail to acknowledge or respect the sacred transformation unfolding within you. These individuals might operate from a place of their own unaddressed insecurities, an inability to witness your growth without envy, or simply a fundamental misalignment with your path. As you ascend, old connections that once served a purpose may no longer align with your higher frequency, and clinging to them can become a spiritual anchor, preventing you from sailing into your destined harbor. This audit requires immense courage, for it may necessitate creating distance or even releasing connections that, while familiar, are no longer conducive to your growth. But remember, this act of self-preservation is paramount for the protection of your destiny and the flourishing of your soul's garden. As you diligently conduct your relationship audit, discerning those who uplift from those who deplete, your ancestors impart another profound piece of wisdom during this sacred phase of transition and growth. Your silence is pure gold. This isn't a call for isolation or secrecy, but rather a strategic and protective choice to guard the most tender and vulnerable aspects of your burgeoning destiny. It is a profound understanding that not every seed should be scattered onto dry ground, onto barren emotional or spiritual landscapes that lack the capacity to honor, nurture, or even comprehend the precious life contained within your dreams. Imagine a farmer carefully selecting the richest, most fertile soil for his most precious seeds. He would never waste them on arid, unyielding earth where they are destined to wither. Similarly, your nascent visions, your divinely inspired ideas, and the profound shifts occurring within you are like these precious seeds. To prematurely expose them to environments or individuals who are unable to perceive their value, who lack the fertile ground of empathy, understanding, or aligned vision, is to risk their premature demise. Your silence becomes a protective sheath, an incubator where your dreams can gain strength, clarity, and resilience, away from the harsh winds of skepticism or superficial judgment. It preserves your energy, preventing the exhaustive cycle of constantly explaining, defending, or justifying your path to those who simply cannot grasp it. This period of quiet incubation allows your inner knowing to deepen, your resolve to solidify, and your divine guidance to become unmistakably clear, ensuring that when your dreams are finally ready to emerge, they do so with a force and vibrancy that is unshakable, rooted in the sacred ground of your protected inner world. This ancestral wisdom of strategic silence is a powerful form of self-preservation and a testament to profound discernment. It encourages you to hold your dreams close, to let them mature and strengthen within the sanctuary of your own spirit before exposing them to the world. It's an understanding that not everyone has earned the right to bear witness to your most sacred unfolding, and that some environments are simply incapable of holding the profound truth of your aspirations. By choosing silence, you prevent your precious seeds from being exposed to the dry ground of cynicism, misunderstanding, or even unconscious sabotage. This dry ground can manifest as critical remarks, dismissive attitudes, or simply a lack of genuine interest or belief in your potential. Scattering your dreams carelessly among such environments not only risks their destruction, but also depletes your own vital energy, forcing you to defend and justify what should be intuitively understood and celebrated. Embrace this golden silence as a sacred act of nurturing your destiny, allowing your inner vision to solidify and your spiritual roots to deepen in preparation for the abundant harvest to come, unhindered by external noise or unsupportive energies. This wisdom regarding the protective power of silence and the careful stewardship of your dreams finds a profound echo in the biblical admonition from Matthew chapter 7, verse 6, which warns us not to give what is holy to dogs, nor cast your pearls before swine. This powerful metaphor, though seemingly harsh, carries an urgent and deeply compassionate message for your spiritual journey. Do not expose your most precious visions, your divine revelations, and the sacred truths unfolding within you, to narrow minds that only seek to tear them apart. The holy and pearls here refer not to material possessions, but to the priceless, intangible treasures of your soul, your deepest aspirations, your spiritual insights, your emerging identity, and the very blueprint of your destiny. These are fragile, sacred things requiring reverence and protection. The dogs and swine are not necessarily evil people, but rather represent those who are spiritually unequipped, those whose minds are too narrow to grasp the magnitude of your vision, or whose hearts are unable to honor its purity. They may be driven by fear, envy, ignorance, or simply an inability to conceive of a reality beyond their own limited perception. To expose your vulnerable dreams to such individuals is to invite misunderstanding, ridicule, and potentially even sabotage. Their tearing apart may not be malicious, but it can manifest as dismissive comments, discouraging remarks, cynical critiques, or a complete lack of faith in your potential, all of which serve to chip away at your confidence and sow seeds of doubt where conviction should flourish. This biblical injunction is a call to profound discernment, urging you to be a wise guardian of your spiritual treasures, choosing carefully who you invite into the inner sanctuary of your dreams and who you allow to witness the sacred unfolding of your destiny. It is an act of courageous self-respect, acknowledging that your spiritual journey is too precious to be trivialized or disparaged by those who cannot comprehend its divine significance. This isn't about arrogance or exclusion. It's about discerning the fertile ground from the barren, the receptive heart from the closed mind, ensuring that your holy aspirations are cherished and protected, not scattered and trampled upon. By internalizing this ancient wisdom, you empower yourself to navigate the world with a sacred awareness, safeguarding your most profound truths until they are strong enough to withstand any external force, choosing only to share them with those whose spirits resonate with the frequency of your blossoming destiny, and who can genuinely celebrate your ascent without seeking to undermine it. This protective measure allows your divine potential to mature without the erosive impact of skepticism, allowing your internal fire to burn brightly and steadily. Having wisely protected your precious visions from narrow minds, you must now brace yourself for another insidious tactic of the darkness, one that operates not from external criticism, but from within the deceptive allure of nostalgia. This is not the harmless fondness for cherished memories, but a subtle, powerful ploy that the enemy employs to lull you to sleep with the comfort of the past, tempting you to long for the flesh pots of Egypt rather than daring to step into the transformative wilderness toward your promised land. The story of the Israelites freed from generations of bondage, yet yearning for the perceived comforts of their captivity, the flesh pots of familiar, albeit oppressive daily routines, serves as a potent allegory for the spiritual battle against nostalgia. They long for the known, even if it meant slavery, rather than embracing the challenging, uncertain, yet ultimately liberating journey towards their divine inheritance. This flesh pots phenomenon manifests in your life as the magnetic pull of old habits, past relationships, familiar environments, or even limiting mindsets that, while comfortable, are fundamentally misaligned with the new expansive chapter you are called to embody. It is the temptation to revert to what is known, even if it no longer serves your highest good, simply because the path ahead demands courage, discomfort, and a willingness to step into the unknown. This deceptive nostalgia seeks to stifle your spiritual evolution, convincing you that the familiar constraints of your past are safer or more desirable than the boundless potential of your future. It subtly whispers doubts about your capacity to navigate the wilderness, the period of stripping away purification and testing that is absolutely essential before you can truly enter and inhabit your promised land. Resisting this pull requires immense spiritual fortitude, a conscious decision to choose growth over comfort, and an unwavering faith in the divine promise of what lies ahead, knowing that true freedom and destiny are never found by looking backward, but always by bravely stepping forward into the new. Even when the path is untrodden and requires every fiber of your being to trust the invisible hand guiding you. Embrace the wilderness, for it is there that your true strength is forged, and your greatest revelations await far from the seductive shadows of a past that no longer defines your magnificent future. As you bravely step forward, embracing the transformative wilderness that sculpts your destiny, you might find yourself wrestling with a familiar adversary, procrastination. But let us reframe this struggle, for what often appears as a simple lack of discipline is in fact a far more complex and deeply rooted psychological phenomenon. It is not merely laziness that holds you captive, but often a profound, albeit subconscious fear of the very greatness you are destined to embody. This is the fear of success, a subtle yet formidable barrier that arises when the weight of impending responsibility for your own magnificent potential becomes overwhelming. This fear of success is a deeply human response to the immense pressure of stepping into a new, higher version of yourself. It's the anxiety of the unknown that accompanies true achievement, the fear of what success will demand of you, the fear of sustaining it, the fear of criticism, and even the fear of losing the familiar comfort of your current, perhaps less than ideal circumstances. Your subconscious mind, in an attempt to protect you from the perceived dangers of this elevated status, might subtly sabotage your efforts, leading you to delay critical tasks. It can manifest as an unspoken worry about having to say goodbye to old circles, as we've discussed, or the daunting prospect of shouldering a legacy that feels too vast to bear alone. But remember, this procrastination is not a judgment on your character. It is a signal, an internal alarm, indicating the immense power and responsibility that your soul knows is awaiting you. It's time to acknowledge this fear with compassion, understanding that it arises from a place of protection. yet recognizing that it now stands between you and the monumental breakthrough your ancestors have patiently awaited. Understanding that your procrastination stems from a fear of bearing your own greatness allows you to shift from self-condemnation to purposeful action. This pivot aligns perfectly with the timeless wisdom found in Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse 1, which beautifully declares, "To everything there is a season and a time for every purpose under heaven." For too long, you may have been in a season to hide, a divinely orchestrated period of introspection, preparation, and quiet growth. This hiding was not a retreat born of weakness, but a necessary cocooning, a sacred pause designed to fortify your spirit, clarify your vision, and allow the seeds of your destiny to germinate away from the harsh glare of premature exposure. It was during this time that you were detoxified from toxic mindsets and refined for the journey ahead. But hear this truth, that season has now unequivocally ended. The whispers of heaven confirm that the time for obscurity is over and the moment has arrived for you to step boldly into the light as the undeniable leader of your lineage. This call to leadership is not an invitation to arrogance, but a sacred mandate to honor the sacrifices of generations past. It means breaking cycles of limitation, pioneering new paths of prosperity, and setting an elevated standard for those who will follow. It signifies a profound shift from merely existing to actively shaping your future, from waiting for permission to claiming your rightful place at the forefront of your divine inheritance. This is the moment to unveil the magnificent work that has been quietly unfolding within you, for your time to shine is now. As you embrace your role as the leader of your lineage and step into the radiant light of your destiny, a crucial discernment becomes paramount. Do not squander your precious energy seeking approval from those who cannot possibly comprehend the elevation you are destined for. Their perspectives are anchored in their own limitations, their advice often born of their own fears and unfulfilled potentials, and their counsel can inadvertently tether you to the very past you are striving to transcend. Instead, pivot your gaze upward, seeking unwavering direction from heaven itself, and wisely draw upon the profound, enduring wisdom of those who have truly gone before. This means cultivating a deep, intuitive connection with the divine source, trusting the internal alarm system of discernment that has been divinely installed within you, and recognizing the nudges and confirmations that emanate from a higher realm. Simultaneously honor and integrate the tried and true principles, the spiritual laws, and the enduring lessons gleaned from the journey of your ancestors and spiritual elders, not merely those in your direct bloodline, but all who have walked paths of faith, resilience, and true leadership. These are the voices that will anchor you, not the fleeting opinions of those who have never dared to venture beyond the familiar horizon. Their insights are invaluable, tested by time and tempered by experience, offering a navigational chart through uncharted territories. By consciously choosing your sources of guidance, you safeguard your vision, protect your spirit from unnecessary doubt, and fortify your resolve to walk a path that, while misunderstood by some, is divinely ordained and destined for glorious revelation. In moments where the path ahead feels solitary or the criticism of those who do not understand feels sharp, remember the profound assurance of Psalm chapter 34, verse 7. The angel of the Lord encamps all around those who fear him and delivers them. This isn't merely a poetic verse. It is a profound spiritual truth, a divine guarantee that you are never truly alone. The fear of him referenced here is not a cowering terror, but a reverent awe, a deep respect for divine order, and an unwavering commitment to align your life with heaven's will. When you operate from this place of reverence and intention, an invisible army of protection mobilizes around you, far more numerous and infinitely more powerful than any visible enemy or subtle opposition you might encounter. Imagine an impenetrable spiritual cordon, a celestial guard surrounding your steps, deflecting the arrows of doubt, neutralizing the whispers of distraction, and dismantling the traps set by those who would seek to deter you. This unseen force works tirelessly on your behalf, guiding your feet away from perilous pitfalls, illuminating your path through confusing detours, and standing as a bulwark against the spiritual attacks that may arise as you ascend to your destined heights. This invisible army serves as a constant reminder that your journey is not just your own. It is under divine patronage, watched over by forces beyond human comprehension. Therefore, walk with an unshakable confidence, knowing that even in your perceived loneliness, you are surrounded by a formidable host, an unyielding shield of protection that allows you to move forward boldly, unburdened by fear, into the fulfillment of your divine purpose. Empowered by the invisible army of divine protection and guided by heaven's wisdom, it is now time to adopt a radically new life. Management perspective: view your life as a divine enterprise and unequivocally recognize yourself as its CEO. This is not a metaphor to be taken lightly. It is a sacred invitation to reclaim your inherent authority and assume full conscious leadership over every facet of your existence. Your life is not a series of random events you merely react to. It is a purposeful, God-ordained venture entrusted to your stewardship with immense potential for growth, impact, and legacy building. As the CEO, you possess the ultimate power to make executive decisions, to set the vision, to strategically allocate resources, time, energy, talent, and to cultivate a thriving, flourishing environment. This means exercising your God-given authority to fire bad habits that drain your spiritual and emotional capital. Those patterns of thinking, reacting, or engaging that no longer serve your highest good or align with your divine purpose. Just as a CEO ruthlessly cuts unprofitable ventures, you must decisively sever ties with procrastination, toxic self-talk, and limiting beliefs. Simultaneously, you have the power to hire new disciplines, intentionally integrating practices that nourish your soul, sharpen your mind, fortify your body, and propel you towards your goals. This could involve consistent spiritual study, diligent self-care, strategic planning, or cultivating enriching relationships. This perspective transforms you from a passive passenger to the active, empowered architect of your destiny, making deliberate choices that honor the divine investment in your life and maximize its sacred potential for generations to come. Having embraced your role as the CEO of your divine enterprise, making conscious choices to fire what no longer serves you and hire new life-affirming disciplines, your ancestors now extend to you a profound inheritance, the mighty sword of decisiveness. This is not a mere symbolic gesture. It is an energetic tool forged in the crucible of their own struggles and triumphs, passed down through your very bloodline. It is time to wield this sacred weapon with unwavering conviction, using its keen edge to sever the invisible soul ties that bind you to lingering pasts and prevent your full ascent into freedom. These unseen energetic cords, often born from intense emotional connection, shared experiences, or unfulfilled expectations, can subtly yet powerfully tether you to former lovers, past failures, or even outdated versions of yourself. They manifest as persistent emotional residue, recurrent intrusive thoughts, an inability to fully detach, or a subconscious drawing back to patterns you have consciously tried to abandon. With ex-lovers, these ties might prevent genuine closure, hindering the space for new healthy relationships to flourish constantly, pulling your emotional energy into a vortex of what-ifs or if-onlys. Severing them is not an act of malice, but of self-preservation and liberation, releasing both parties to their individual destinies. Similarly, invisible ties to past failures can manifest as debilitating self-doubt, a fear of trying again, or a continuous replay of shortcomings preventing you from embracing new risks and opportunities. This ancestral sword empowers you to cut through the guilt, shame, and self-recrimination, recognizing that failures are merely lessons, not defining indictments. And perhaps most powerfully, it allows you to sever ties with old versions of yourself, the identity shaped by limiting beliefs, societal expectations, or past traumas that no longer align with the sovereign being you are becoming. This act of spiritual surgery requires courage, an intentional reclaiming of your scattered energy, and a firm declaration that you are worthy of a future unburdened by the ghosts of yesterday. It is the ultimate act of self-respect, honoring the sacred trajectory your ancestors fought so hard for you to walk. As you courageously wield this sword of decisiveness, liberating yourself from the unseen shackles of the past, you will begin to notice a beautiful phenomenon. The universe itself will start to wink at you, offering undeniable signs of affirmation. These are not random occurrences, but profound synchronicities, meaningful coincidences that carry significant personal resonance, appearing precisely when you need them most. Whether it's the sudden appearance of repeating numbers on clocks' license plates, or receipts a rapid succession of unexpected opportunities, or that ethereal, uncanny sensation of déjà vu. These are divine whispers confirming that you are precisely where you are meant to be, perfectly aligned with your chosen path. Repeating number sequences, often called angel numbers, serve as direct messages from the spiritual realm, each carrying a unique vibrational meaning, a subtle nudge from your unseen guides. Consecutive opportunities, manifesting as doors opening with surprising ease, resources appearing out of nowhere, or the timely arrival of the perfect mentor or collaborator, are the universe's way of demonstrating its active support for your divine mission. And that fleeting yet deeply familiar sense of déjà vu, the feeling of having experienced a moment before, is not a trick of the mind. It's a spiritual recognition, a gentle confirmation from your higher self and the cosmos that you are navigating a predestined waypoint on your journey. These synchronicities are cosmic breadcrumbs, guiding you forward, reassuring you that your inner shifts are creating outward ripples of alignment. They invite you to trust the unseen, to lean into the flow, and to accept these profound affirmations as tangible proof that you are being divinely supported and meticulously guided towards the grand unfolding of your destiny. The ability to recognize and interpret these divine winks, these subtle synchronicities, is not merely a matter of chance. It is a cultivated skill, a testament to the deepening of your spiritual maturity as profoundly articulated in Hebrews chapter 5, verse 14. This ancient wisdom reminds us that solid food belongs to those who are of full age, that is, those who by reason of use have their senses exercised to discern both good and evil. This isn't about chronological age, but about spiritual maturity, the capacity to digest deeper truths, navigate complex spiritual landscapes, and differentiate between subtle energies and intentions. Your innate sensitivity, often perceived as a vulnerability in a world that values hardened resilience, is in fact a precious gift, a finely tuned instrument that, when sharpened daily, becomes an unparalleled tool for discernment. To consume solid food spiritually means moving beyond superficial interpretations and simple answers, delving into the nuanced layers of truth and deception that permeate your environment. This requires a conscious and consistent exercising of your spiritual senses, much like an athlete hones their physical abilities. It means intentionally quieting the external noise to tune into the subtle whispers of your intuition, learning to distinguish the voice of divine guidance from the clamor of fear, ego, or external pressures. Sharpening this skill involves regular practices of introspection, meditation, prayer, and thoughtful reflection, allowing you to develop a profound inner radar. It enables you to not only see the obvious, but also to perceive the hidden motives, the underlying energies, and the true nature of situations and people, ensuring that every step you take is firmly anchored in wisdom and divine alignment, ready to absorb the deeper insights that the universe is constantly offering. As your spiritual senses sharpen and your discernment deepens, you will discover that the guidance from heaven is not limited to your waking hours nor to overt signs. There is an unspoken truth about the profound spiritual activity that often unfolds in the quiet hours of the night. Pay meticulous attention to your sleep, for it is the sacred conference room of the Spirit, a hallowed space where the veil between worlds thins and divine counsel is often freely dispensed. If you find yourself stirring or waking at specific consistent hours, particularly in the profound stillness of 3 a.m., do not simply dismiss it as random insomnia or a disturbance. This is not a time to desperately try and force yourself back to sleep. Rather, it is heaven's deliberate invitation, a scheduled briefing time, a sacred appointment initiated by the divine. During these powerful nocturnal hours, your conscious mind, typically bustling with the day's concerns, is quieted, allowing deeper truth, solutions, and strategic insights to penetrate your awareness. The universe, your ancestors, and your divine guides are leveraging this unique window to communicate with you, to impart vital information that may elude you in the light of day. Therefore, when you feel that inexplicable nudge, gently rise. Find a quiet space, whether in soft meditation, reflective prayer, or simply by listening intently to the thoughts and impressions that surface within your consciousness. Journal these insights, for they often hold the keys to navigating challenges, unlocking creative solutions, or confirming your path forward. This practice transforms what might seem like a disrupted night into a profound period of spiritual reception, equipping you with insights and wisdom that are truly beyond the ordinary, preparing you for the next steps on your extraordinary journey. Receiving these profound nocturnal briefings and sharpening your spiritual discernment are not merely about personal growth. They are vital components of your divine protection, fortifying you against the unseen battles of life. Psalm chapter 91 verse 3 beautifully declares, "He shall deliver you from the snare of the fowler and from the perilous pestilence." While the snare of the fowler speaks to overt traps, cunning deceptions, and hidden dangers designed to derail your purpose, the perilous pestilence extends far beyond physical disease. In the spiritual context of your ascent, this pestilence refers to the insidious, contagious, toxic mindsets that pervade your environment, subtle yet potent infections that can subtly erode your spirit and undermine your resolve. These are the pervasive attitudes of cynicism, scarcity, victimhood, hopelessness, or endless complaints that circulate in certain circles, capable of infiltrating your thoughts and subtly shifting your perspective if you are not vigilant. Just as a physical pestilence spreads through proximity, these spiritual contagions can spread through constant exposure to negative influences, draining your energy, clouding your vision, and making you doubt the divine possibilities unfolding for you. The promise of deliverance from this perilous pestilence is a divine assurance that as you align with your higher purpose, you are shielded from these invisible, soul sickness-inducing forces. This protection, however, often requires your conscious participation, exercising your discernment to identify these toxic thought forms, setting firm boundaries, and actively guarding the inputs to your mind and spirit. It is a powerful reminder that you are not left to battle these unseen forces alone. Divine intervention actively works to preserve your spiritual integrity, ensuring that even amidst environments steeped in negativity, your spirit remains untainted, vibrant, and aligned with your glorious destiny. Even as you stand firm against the insidious, perilous pestilence and consciously guard your spiritual integrity, a profound inherent strength resides within you, a priceless legacy from generations past. Your ancestors, through their struggles and triumphs, send you an undeniable gift. Resilience. It pulses within your very DNA, a testament to survival against impossible odds. You are not merely a product of random chance. You are the culmination of countless lives that endured wars, famines, migrations, persecution, and unimaginable chaos. Their blood courses through your veins, imbued with a spirit that fundamentally refuses to surrender. This isn't just a metaphor, it's a spiritual genetic truth. Every hardship they faced, every tear they shed, every victory they claimed, imprinted a code of unyielding strength into the fabric of your being. When you encounter adversity, that ancient, powerful spirit awakens, reminding you that surrender is not an option for you. Your lineage does not know how to quit. It knows only how to persevere, adapt, and ultimately overcome. This inherent resilience is your secret weapon, a deep well of fortitude to draw upon as you navigate the challenges of your unique, divinely appointed journey. Embrace this incredible inheritance, for it is the bedrock upon which your future triumphs will be built, a silent roar from those who pave the way. While this inherited resilience propels you forward, ensuring you never truly surrender, there's a subtle adversary that can still paralyze your progress: perfectionism. It's a gilded cage, often masquerading as a virtue, whispering that you're not ready, not good enough, or that your efforts must be flawless before you can even begin. This relentless pursuit of an unattainable ideal often stems from deep-seated fears. The fear of failure, certainly, but more profoundly, the fear of success and the responsibility that comes with your greatness. Yet God, in His infinite wisdom and boundless grace, does not demand perfection from you. What He seeks is your presence and your availability. He longs for you to step into your purpose not with a flawless blueprint, but with a willing heart and open hands. The divine plan unfolds not through impeccable execution, but through your courageous yes, your willingness to be used to learn to grow and even to stumble along the way. Releasing the grip of perfectionism allows you to move with divine flow, to embrace the beauty of progress over flawless pretense, and to understand that your imperfections are often the very canvases upon which divine strength is most powerfully displayed. Be present in this sacred moment, available for the extraordinary work you are called to do, and watch as divine grace perfects what you humbly offer. To truly be present and available for your divine calling, unburdened by perfectionism, requires a conscious and diligent guarding of your inner world. As Proverbs chapter 4, verse 23, so profoundly instructs, guard your heart above all else, for everything you do flows from it. This ancient wisdom is even more critical in our modern age, where a constant deluge of information and influences bombards our senses. Your heart in this context is not just the seat of your emotions, but the core of your being, your mind, will, and spirit. It is the control center from which your life's trajectory is determined. Therefore, you must become a fierce guardian of the inputs to your mind. What you choose to watch, what you actively listen to, and what you diligently read are not benign choices. They are the very food that nourishes or poisons your soul. Just as you carefully select the food for your physical body, you must be discerning about the spiritual and mental sustenance you consume. Toxic news cycles, cynical conversations, endless scrolls through negativity or content that diminishes your spirit will inevitably pollute your inner wellspring, clouding your vision and dimming your light. Conversely, intentional immersion in truth, inspiration, wisdom, and uplifting perspectives will fortify your spirit, clarify your purpose, and empower you to live from a place of strength, clarity, and unwavering faith. Your external reality is a direct reflection of your internal landscape. Protect your heart, and you protect your destiny. As you diligently guard your heart and mind, protecting the vital inputs that shape your reality, prepare for a significant financial shift. This isn't a promise of some fantastical get-rich-quick scheme or an overnight lottery win, but rather a profound transformation rooted in divine wisdom and responsible stewardship. The poverty mindset, a pervasive and often deeply ingrained ancestral inheritance, is about to be broken in your life. This mindset isn't just a lack of funds. It's a belief system, a scarcity mentality that limits potential and perpetuates cycles of lack. This shift will manifest as you gain the wisdom to steward and multiply what you have, however modest it may seem initially. It's about recognizing abundance in unexpected places, making wise decisions, and cultivating a spirit of generosity that unlocks greater flow. You will learn to honor every resource, to invest strategically, and to understand that true wealth is not merely accumulation, but the capacity to create, bless, and expand. This financial breakthrough is a spiritual battle, one of breaking of old agreements with lack, and an embrace of the prosperity that is part of your divine inheritance. It's an invitation to become a conduit of blessing, not just for yourself, but for your lineage, ensuring that the legacy you leave behind is one of flourishing, not scarcity. Your disciplined heart and mind, once guarded, become fertile ground for this new season of financial wisdom and expansion. Indeed, this breaking of the poverty mindset and the coming financial shift are part of an even grander divine orchestration, a testament to the powerful promise found in Isaiah chapter 45, verse 2. I will go before you and make the crooked places straight. I will break in pieces the gates of bronze and cut the bars of iron. This isn't mere poetic language. It is a declaration of divine intervention on your behalf, clearing paths that have been historically blocked, making accessible what once seemed impenetrable. Imagine the crooked places as the systemic injustices, the generational curses, the unfavorable circumstances that thwarted your parents and grandparents, making their journeys arduous and their breakthroughs rare. Now for you, these pathways will be made straight, smoothed by divine favor. And the gates of bronze and bars of iron, these represent the formidable, unyielding barriers, the stubborn obstacles, the closed doors, the institutional resistance, the unseen forces of opposition that stubbornly held your ancestors captive to limitation. Where your parents encountered immovable walls, you will find open doors. What was tightly shut against previous generations will swing wide open for you, not through your own Herculean effort alone, but because the Almighty God Himself goes before you, shattering impediments. This is the ultimate fulfillment of your role as the breaking point for every curse and the starting point for a new era of prosperity, validating every step you've taken to align with your sacred destiny. Prepare to walk through previously impossible openings into the spacious future that awaits. In the relentless symphony of modern life, there exists a profound counter-melody, a quiet invitation to strategic stillness. Imagine dedicating just 10 minutes each day to simply be, without agenda, without distraction, merely listening. This isn't about emptying your mind, but rather opening it to the gentle whispers of your inner voice, a sacred reservoir of wisdom that often goes unheard amidst the clamor. It is in these moments of profound quietude that you begin to download the intricate map for the next leg of your journey, receiving divine insights and intuitive nudges that light the way forward with clarity and grace, guiding your steps with unwavering precision. As you begin to honor this sacred inner compass, charting a course uniquely your own, you may find that some connections in your life begin to subtly shift. Do not be surprised or allow a sense of loss to overshadow this natural progression when certain people automatically exit your life sphere. Resist the urge to chase them, to cling to what once was. For this gentle detachment is not abandonment, but rather a necessary and tender pruning. Like a wise gardener tending to a fruitful tree, these departures create space, allowing the vital energy of your life to flow unimpeded towards growth, ensuring that the tree of your life can bear its most abundant and beautiful fruit. This natural alignment with your true self, combined with the courageous and intentional act of letting go of what no longer serves you, creates the perfect, fertile ground within the soil of your spirit, preparing it richly and deeply for the full manifestation of a profound divine promise that has been reserved specifically for you. The timeless and ancient wisdom found in Isaiah chapter 30, verse 21, offers a beautiful and reassuring confirmation, stating that your ears shall hear a word behind you, saying, "This is the way, walk in it." Envision for a moment the overwhelming and profound sense of peace that comes from receiving such clear, unmistakable, and divine direction in your life, a guidance that transcends human understanding and anchors you in certainty. This promised guidance is far from a mere fleeting intuition or vague feeling that comes and goes. Instead, it is a clear, resonant, and authoritative instruction from the Holy Spirit that will grow increasingly specific, precise, and undeniably powerful as you continue to walk in faith and obedience. In those inevitable moments of doubt, uncertainty, confusion, or hesitation, and especially at critical forks in the road where decisions feel heavy and consequential, that gentle yet incredibly powerful inner voice will rise up reliably, emerging with perfect timing to guide your every single step forward with an unwavering, steady, and loving hand, while simultaneously illuminating the true path that has been divinely laid out for you from the beginning, ensuring you never stray too far from your destined purpose. Even as you begin to experience this remarkable newfound clarity, precise direction, and specific guidance that aligns perfectly with God's will for your life, it is important to acknowledge that life in this world will still undoubtedly present its own share of complexities, unexpected twists, challenging detours, and moments that test your faith and resolve. It is precisely in these seasons and situations that cultivating and valuing the right perspective becomes your most potent, transformative, and invaluable tool. One capable of turning what might initially appear as potential stumbling blocks, obstacles, or setbacks into powerful stepping stones that propel you higher toward your destiny. Make a deliberate and conscious choice to change the recurring question that echoes within your mind from the deeply disempowering and victim-oriented, "Why is this happening to me?" which only breeds frustration, resentment, and stagnation, to the profoundly empowering, growth-focused, and faith-filled, "What skill lesson or strength is this situation trying to teach me, develop in me, or reveal to me?" This seemingly simple yet extraordinarily powerful single shift in mindset represents a form of sacred alchemy, a divine transformation process that elevates you from being a passive victim, helplessly buffeted by the winds of circumstance, into an active, fully engaged, and eager scholar of life who approaches every experience with curiosity, gratitude, and expectation of growth. With this perspective firmly in place, every single challenge you encounter morphs into a purposeful classroom designed specifically for your advancement. Every difficulty becomes a tailored lesson, rich with hidden wisdom, and every trial serves to meticulously shape and refine you into a stronger, wiser, more compassionate, and resilient being who is increasingly equipped to fulfill your calling and impact the world around you in meaningful ways. This transformative approach is not merely some superficial mental reframing or temporary positive thinking technique that skims the surface. Rather, the deep intentional and spirit-led inner work you are faithfully undertaking, guided continually by that still small inner voice, firmly anchored in the unbreakable divine promise of direction, and profoundly enlightened by this scholar's perspective of seeking lessons in all things, resonates at the deepest levels within your very being, touching and renewing every aspect of who you are. True healing on a miraculous and comprehensive scale is actively unfolding right now within the core of your DNA, operating at the most fundamental and cellular level of your physical, emotional, and spiritual existence. Long-standing genetic illnesses, those heavy and persistent burdens that have been silently carried and passed down through multiple generations of your family line, along with the subtle yet deeply pervasive tendrils of generational psychological trauma, emotional wounds, limiting beliefs, and destructive patterns are all being powerfully interrupted, halted, and reversed through an extraordinary supernatural power of regeneration and restoration that only God can provide. You are not simply changing or improving your present circumstances and personal reality in isolation. You are actively participating in rewriting and redeeming the entire cellular history and spiritual legacy of your lineage, breaking free from destructive cycles that have bound your ancestors and establishing new patterns of freedom, health, wholeness, and blessing with every single courageous, faith-filled step you take toward complete healing, liberation, and the fullness of the abundant life that has been promised to you. This profound transformation extends far beyond yourself, creating a ripple effect that will bless and empower generations to come as you become a living testament to God's redemptive power and unending faithfulness. This healing and rewriting of history is not a solitary battle. The ancient scripture of Exodus, chapter 14, verse 14, offers a profound reassurance. The Lord will fight for you, and you shall hold your peace. This holding your peace is not a passive surrender to fate, but an active, deeply rooted attitude of absolute trust, a serene confidence that transcends panic and fear. It is the understanding that forces far greater than your own are at work clearing paths, vanquishing obstacles, and orchestrating your triumph. You are called not to struggle in vain, but to rest in the unwavering certainty of divine support, allowing peace to be your steadfast companion. As you embrace this peace and trust in the divine fight on your behalf, a profound transfer of power occurs. You are, in essence, being handed back the scepter of freedom, a symbol of your inherent authority and agency that may have been lost or forgotten through generations. This is not merely a personal liberation. It is a sacred mandate to wield this freedom with purpose, to actively liberate not only yourself from the toxic patterns that have held you captive, but also to sever those chains for your children and grandchildren. Imagine the generational shift, the ripple effect of your conscious choice to break cycles and forge a new legacy of liberty for all who follow. As you step into this empowered role, building a new legacy of liberty, it becomes crucial to exercise discernment and guard your sacred space. The wisdom of Matthew chapter 7, verse 15 offers a timeless caution about wolves in sheep's clothing, those who may appear benevolent but harbor ulterior motives. In this journey of transformation, learn to look past the superficial, the flowery words and charming facades, and instead deeply examine the fruit, the tangible results, and consistent actions of a person. It is in their demonstrated character and the impact they have on your life that their true authenticity or lack thereof will be unequivocally revealed. This clarity protects your newfound freedom. With this newfound clarity and the courage to guard your boundaries, you aren't just protecting your present, you are honoring a deeper lineage. Your ancestors, those who paved the way and perhaps carried burdens, Naman, you now shed, are smiling upon you. They witness your transformation, seeing you straighten your back, hold your head high, and walk with the undeniable demeanor of a child of the King, a being of inherent worth and divine purpose. Their silent cheers echo through time, a profound affirmation of your journey as you reclaim a dignity and strength that resonates through generations, finally living the life they may have only dreamed of for their descendants. This profound ancestral approval serves as merely a small yet powerful glimpse into the truly magnificent and glorious future that God has meticulously prepared and is eagerly awaiting to unfold in your life. The scriptures beautifully capture this truth in 1 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 9, which so eloquently states, "Eye has not seen, nor ear heard, nor has it entered into the heart of man the things which God has prepared for those who love Him." Your God-ordained destiny transcends far beyond any simple improvement or extension of your past experiences. It is something so extraordinarily brilliant, so intricately and divinely orchestrated by the Creator Himself, that no previous trial, triumph, hardship, or limitation from your history can ever adequately serve as a measuring stick or benchmark for the breathtaking wonders that lie ahead. It is essential to consciously release and let go of any lingering need to constantly compare your upcoming blessings to what you have already known, or to attempt to confine and limit the vast potential of your future within the narrow parameters and boundaries of what has already been lived and experienced. Instead, embrace the invitation to courageously step forward into the boundless and infinite realm of the unseen, a spiritual dimension where unimaginable abundant blessings, deep fulfillment, extraordinary opportunities, and profound joy patiently await you, surpassing even your wildest dreams, deepest hopes, and most fervent imaginations, in ways that will leave you in awe of God's goodness. As you take this faith-filled step into the boundless realm, filled with unseen blessings, profound fulfillment, and divine surprises, and always keep in mind that the most profound, lasting, and transformative victories in life are rarely achieved through direct retaliation or confrontation, but rather through the radiant, authentic act of living fully and vibrantly in alignment with God's purpose for you. The concept of the best revenge has nothing to do with engaging in petty, tit-for-tat exchanges, harboring bitterness, or lowering yourself to stoop to the same level as those individuals who once sought to diminish, undermine, or hurt you in any way. On the contrary, true victory emerges in the quiet yet undeniably powerful strength that comes from cultivating and embodying a life that is deeply fulfilled, genuinely happy, richly purposeful, and profoundly meaningful on every level. Allow your inner joy to shine brightly, your hard-won peace to radiate outward, and your personal flourishing to stand as a living, powerful, and silent testimony that speaks volumes directly in the presence of those who may have doubted your potential, dismissed your worth, overlooked your value, or even actively opposed and worked against your progress and success. In this way, your ongoing flourishing and elevation become an irrefutable and undeniable proof of your remarkable resilience, your unshakable faith, and the extraordinary divine favor that rests upon your life, serving as the most eloquent and impactful response imaginable, one that requires absolutely no spoken words, no explanations, and no defenses, because your transformed life itself proclaims the victory loud and clear for all to witness. This powerful testament of your life resonates deeply with the ancient promise found in Psalm chapter 23, verse 5, which confirms that God prepares a table for you in the very presence of your enemies. Imagine a lavish feast of blessings, favor, and promotion laid out for all to see, especially for those who once stood against you. They will not only be aware of your ascent, but will be compelled to witness your promotion as an undeniable proof of God's magnificent power and faithfulness working on your behalf. This is not a moment for gloating, but for profound gratitude, as your elevation becomes a divine declaration of who fights your battles. As you journey toward this divine promotion, do not fear the headwinds that may inevitably arise on your path. Just as majestic eagles skillfully use opposing currents to soar higher without even flapping their wings, so too can adversity become your greatest leverage. These challenges are not meant to impede you, but to provide the very resistance needed for greater lift strength and an elevated perspective. Embrace these moments of opposition, for they are precisely what will propel you to heights you never thought possible, transforming potential setback into powerful stepping stones toward your destiny. See every trial as an opportunity to build spiritual muscle and refine your resolve. In these moments of headwinds, when adversity feels most pressing, remember the profound comfort and assurance offered by Psalm chapter 145, verse 18. The Lord is near to all who call upon him in truth. This powerful reminder affirms that divine assistance is never far, no matter how daunting your circumstances may seem. The distance between you and a miracle is truly just the length of one sincere prayer uttered from the depths of your heart. Reach out to the divine in truth, and you will find an immediate closeness, a readily available source of strength, guidance, and miraculous intervention ready to transform your situation. Connecting with this divine source also means connecting with a profound, multi-generational purpose. Remember, you are not merely an individual navigating life. You are the dream come true of someone. In your lineage, the culmination of countless hopes, prayers, and sacrifices made by those who came before you. There is a sacred divine expectation woven into your very being, an invitation to live a life that honors that profound heritage and paves the way for future generations. Embrace this legacy not as a burden, but as a magnificent anointing, empowering you to live a life worthy of such a divine and ancestral expectation. As you embrace your role as the culmination of your lineage's dreams and step into this magnificent anointing, find profound comfort in the unwavering truth of Psalm chapter 91, verse 11. He shall give his angels charge over you to keep you in all your ways. This divine promise is a powerful reminder that you never walk alone on this sacred journey, whether navigating the brightest triumphs or traversing the deepest valleys. Invisible, yet ever-present, a host of heavenly protectors is meticulously safeguarding your steps, guiding your path, and ensuring your protection. This celestial guardianship is a testament to the immense value and significance of your life's purpose, affirming that in every season, in every challenge, divine support surrounds you, keeping you secure and on course towards your highest good. In this sacred pause, allow yourself to truly feel it. A gentle, yet profound presence descending upon you. It is not a burden to be carried with strain, but rather an anointing, a divine attunement designed to align you with your deepest purpose. Right now, feel the weight of glory settling upon your shoulders, not as a crushing burden that restricts your movement or diminishes your spirit, but as an exquisite, empowering mantle. This glory is an affirmation of your inherent worth, a recognition of the unique gifts you carry, and a tender invitation to step fully into the mission for which you were created. It is the resonance of ancestral wisdom, the echoes of divine promise, and the quiet hum of your own soul aligning with its highest calling. Imagine it as a finely woven cloak, imbued with strength, insight, and an unshakable resolve settling around you with grace. This is the moment of ordination, a profound initiation into a journey that is uniquely yours, yet eternally connected to a grander narrative. It is a whisper from the universe confirming that you are seen, you are valued, and your presence here is not accidental, but essential. This weight is not one of obligation, but of profound privilege, a sacred trust placed upon you to manifest beauty, truth, and healing in a world that desperately awaits your contribution. Let it sink into every fiber of your being, nourishing your spirit and fortifying your resolve, preparing you not just to exist, but to truly thrive in your destined path. But a feeling, however profound, requires an anchor in the tangible world, a conscious act to solidify its power and activate its potential. This moment, imbued with such potent energy, calls for a deliberate act of sealing, a conscious ratification of what your spirit has already begun to recognize. To truly embody this legacy, to translate this felt glory into a dynamic force, we must seal this moment with an act of faith. This isn't merely a ritual, it's an energetic declaration, a sacred commitment that shifts the invisible into the visible. Whether you choose to write it down, etching your intent onto paper as a testament to your resolve, or declare it aloud, letting your voice resonate with the conviction of your soul, or simply say aloud, I receive this legacy with every fiber of your being. The power lies in the conscious intention. This act of faith is the ignition switch, the catalyst that activates the flow of divine energy, aligning your personal will with the universal current. It's an energetic handshake with destiny, a clear signal to the cosmos that you are ready to embrace the gifts and responsibilities that are now yours. By articulating your reception, you open yourself fully to the blessings, the guidance, and the unwavering support that are eager to flow into your life, transforming passive reception into active co-creation. It is through this conscious acceptance that the abstract promise takes root, preparing the ground for the miraculous unfolding that is to come. Understand that this commitment, once spoken, written, or simply embraced, is not fleeting. It is not a whisper lost to the wind, nor a fleeting thought destined to fade into the background of your consciousness. On the contrary, This message, this profound declaration of intent and reception, will not return void. It carries within it an immutable power, a divine guarantee that its impact will be exponential and far-reaching. Consider it a meticulously planted seed, tiny yet brimming with the blueprint for magnificent growth. This seed will not merely sprout. It will push through the earth with an unyielding force, drawing sustenance from the depths of your being and the boundless energy of the universe. Over time, nurtured by your dedication and guided by providence, it will grow into a resilient and majestic forest of mighty oaks. These are not just any trees. They are symbols of strength, wisdom, and enduring life. Each branch, each leaf, each root will embody a facet of your legacy, providing profound shade and sanctuary for future generations. Imagine the ripple effect, your courage inspiring others, your compassion creating waves of healing, your wisdom illuminating paths for those yet to come. This legacy is a living, breathing ecosystem of purpose, a testament to the profound impact one life lived with intention can have across the tapestry of time. Your journey consecrated in this moment is destined to be a beacon, a haven, and a source of enduring life for countless souls who will follow in your footsteps. As we approach the culmination of this profound journey, we arrive at a moment of sacred finality and potent new beginnings. This is not merely an ending, but a formal consecration, a covenant prayer that transcends mere words and delves into the very fabric of your being. It is here at this threshold that you are invited to partake in an act of ultimate trust and unwavering commitment. We will close with a covenant prayer, a deeply intimate and powerful exchange where you officially take the hand of God, acknowledging the divine source of all strength, wisdom, and boundless love that orchestrates your path. Simultaneously, you will consciously embrace the support of your ancestors, those who paved the way, whose sacrifices and triumphs form the very ground upon which you stand. This is not a solitary leap into the unknown, but a divinely guided, ancestrally supported stride. Imagine their collective strength flowing into you, their wisdom whispering encouragement, their love forming an impenetrable shield around you as you prepare to step across the threshold of destiny. This prayer is your affirmation that you are ready to walk forward, not in fear, but with an unshakable confidence, knowing you are held championed and eternally connected to a lineage of greatness. It is a moment of profound courage and surrender where past, present, and future converge to propel you into the extraordinary life that awaits, fully empowered and irrevocably aligned with your highest purpose. In the sacred silence of our deepest convictions, we stand at a precipice, not of despair, but of profound declaration. We announce with unwavering resolve that every generational burden, every insidious pattern, and every inherited limitation that has ever held our lineage captive is now irrevocably severed. This is not merely a wish, but a definitive decree, a powerful pronouncement of liberation that reverberates through time and space. We declare an end to the pervasive shadow of poverty, not just in financial terms, but as a crippling mindset that has long constrained aspirations and stifled the natural flow of abundance, replacing it with an expectation of scarcity and struggle. No longer shall the specter of chronic sickness, both physical and mental, be an uninvited heir in our family's pursuing story. We decree an era of holistic health, vibrant well-being, and profound healing that mends what was broken and fortifies what is fragile. Most significantly, we cast off the insidious chains of a slave mentality, the internalized belief in one's own limitations, the fear of daring to dream beyond imposed boundaries, and the subconscious acceptance of less than what is divinely intended. This isn't just about economic or physical liberation. It's a spiritual emancipation, a reclaiming of our inherent dignity, and an assertion of our birthright to freedom and self-determination. In the majestic and empowering name of the Most High, we declare that this freedom is not just a future possibility, but a present reality, setting the stage for a lineage defined by empowerment, prosperity, and boundless potential. With the chains of past limitations now decisively broken, a new landscape of possibility unfurls before us. Yet navigating this terrain demands more than just physical sight. It requires a heightened state of awareness, a clarity of perception that transcends the mundane. We earnestly pray for the unveiling of our spiritual eyes, that they may be keenly attuned to the subtle whispers of opportunity, often disguised in unconventional forms. True breakthroughs rarely present themselves adorned in glittering promises or effortless ease. More often, they arrive veiled in challenges cloaked in unexpected responsibilities or hidden within seemingly difficult situations that demand courage and innovative thought. These are the precious chances for growth, for innovation, and for profound transformation that can easily be overlooked by a mind fixated solely on the superficial. Concurrently, we seek the profound discernment to avoid the insidious traps that appear deceptively appealing, sugar-coated with false promises and immediate gratification. These are the alluring detours that promise shortcuts, but ultimately lead to regret, compromise, and a regression back into the very patterns we have declared severed. They might manifest as relationships that deplete, ventures that lack integrity, or choices that sacrifice long-term well-being for fleeting comforts. Our plea is for the wisdom to see beyond the initial gloss, to perceive the hidden costs and the true intentions, ensuring that our newly found freedom is not squandered on paths that lead to bondage, rather than authentic growth. This spiritual vision is our compass, guiding us toward genuine elevation and away from destructive entanglements, empowering us to build a future founded on truth and sustained by genuine progress. As we step onto this path, illuminated by newfound clarity and freedom, we understand that such a monumental journey is not to be undertaken with empty hands or an isolated spirit. We open ourselves fully to receive a confluence of profound provisions, ancient yet ever relevant, that will fortify our resolve and guide our steps. We humbly embrace the wisdom of the ages, a boundless reservoir of accumulated knowledge, timeless principles, and sacred insights passed down through generations across cultures and through the very fabric of human experience. This is the understanding that grounds our aspirations, allowing us to learn from the triumphs and tribulations of those who came before, to avoid pitfalls and to build upon foundations of enduring truth. It is wisdom that empowers us to make sound decisions, to navigate complexities with grace, and to align our actions with universal laws that foster harmony and growth. Simultaneously, we call upon and receive the unwavering protection of the heavenly hosts, a spiritual shield and guiding presence that transcends earthly limitations. This divine guardianship offers solace amidst uncertainty, resilience in the face of adversity, and an assurance that even in the most daunting moments, we are not alone. It safeguards our spirits, fortifies our courage, and ensures our path is watched over, allowing us to move forward with a profound sense of security and audacious faith. And finally, as the very essence of our being, we receive your boundless love, a limitless, unconditional, and restorative force that is the ultimate provision. This love is the wellspring of our compassion, the source of our strength, and the fuel for our unwavering hope. It heals past wounds, inspires future actions, and assures us that our worth is intrinsic and our potential infinite. These three divine provisions, wisdom, protection, and boundless love, are not mere comforts, but the essential, potent resources equipping us for every challenge and every glorious revelation on this transformative new journey. Having been endowed with such profound provisions, the wisdom of the age's divine protection and boundless love, our deepest aspiration now transforms into a vibrant, radiating reality, the encompassing presence of shalom peace. This isn't merely the absence of conflict or a fleeting moment of calm. Shalom is a profound, holistic state of completeness, wholeness, prosperity, harmony, and well-being that permeates every facet of our existence. We pray for this sacred peace to cover our minds, quieting the incessant chatter of worry, dismantling the fortresses of anxiety, and dissolving the shadows of fear and doubt. May our thoughts be clear, our intentions pure, and our mental landscape a fertile ground for creativity, positive vision, and unshakable resilience. Furthermore, we desire this shalom to envelop our families, transforming our homes into sanctuaries of love, understanding, and unwavering support. May it mend fractured relationships, inspire deeper connections, and foster an environment where every member thrives, feels valued, and contributes to a shared legacy of joy and mutual respect, breaking cycles of discord and ushering in an era of unity. And crucially, we ask that this shalom extends its gentle yet powerful embrace over the work of our hands, infusing every endeavor with purpose, integrity, and grace. May our efforts be fruitful, our contributions meaningful, and our creations infused with a spirit of excellence that not only brings personal fulfillment, but also serves the greater good. Through this comprehensive covering of peace in our minds, our families, and our work, we pray that we are fundamentally transformed. We aspire to become more than just individuals living in peace. We seek to become lighthouses of hope, radiating courage, clarity, and the tangible evidence of divine grace to a world often lost in its own storms. Our lives collectively are to be beacons guiding others through darkness, inspiring them to seek their own liberation, and illuminating the path toward a future steeped in possibility and profound well-being for all. Amen. This singular resonant word seals our declarations, our prayers, and our profound affirmations, echoing with an eternal "so be it," a powerful confirmation that all that has been articulated is now indeed brought into being. It marks the culmination of a deeply personal and collective journey of liberation, discernment, spiritual provision, and the cultivation of profound peace. Now we turn inward, inviting each soul to feel the unmistakable current of truth running through their very essence, a vibrant pulse of recognition that resonates with the core of their being. This is not an intellectual exercise, but an intuitive awakening, a deep-seated acknowledgement of the inherent power within to transcend past limitations and actively shape a magnificent future. If this profound resonance stirs within you, if your spirit recognizes the undeniable call to a higher purpose and a life unbound, then we invite you to affirm this truth, not just in thought, but with a declarative statement. Let your voice join a chorus of empowered souls, solidifying your commitment and claiming your rightful place in this grand design. Declare, with conviction and unwavering intent, I am the chain breaker and the architect of the future. This declaration is more than just words. It is a vow. It is an acknowledgement that you possess the inherent strength and divine backing to sever every remaining vestige of what once held you captive, be it fear, scarcity, or self-doubt. And beyond breaking free, it is an embrace of your profound capacity to consciously design, build, and manifest a future brimming with purpose, abundance, and radiating light not just for yourself, but for generations to come. You are not merely a recipient of change. You are its dynamic creator, a visionary shaping a world born of freedom, wisdom, and boundless love.